to start off. YouTube is looking good, but I can still see that it's buffering slightly. I had to do a little last minute repair stuff with the software, but I believe we're good. I can see Tiger already in the chat. Good to see you here as always, brother. I'm doing good. I'm excited. It's been a long few days without the footy, but it's good to be back. Interesting game tonight. Obviously Storm have got the minor premiership wrapped up, and that is reflected in the side that they have named, the likes of Grant Anderson, a halfback, the guy who we know as a winger. So yeah, but it's a big game for the Cowboys. I mean, they're still looking to secure a home final, and a win here against a very understrength Storm side is pretty much a must if they want to do that. And for a side like North Queensland, God, it's just so big, you know, to secure that home final. It's not like a Sydney team getting a home final against another Sydney team. Like, whoever they play against will have to travel far. So yeah, it's a big one. It's a big one. Good to see a couple of familiar faces in the chat. Arlo, as always, good to see you, brother. Turbo says, go to Cowboys. Well, yeah, I'm always a neutral, but I think rugby league, it's always better when we have a strong Cowboys. We do always say that. The Storm, we know what we're going to get. No concerns about them this season, but I do want to see the Cowboys put them to the sword today. I think they have to. I think that's reasonable to expect from them. So, yeah, why not? They're so much better quality than this current Storm side. So let's hope for their sake that they do it. And God, they're so capable of being like a dark horse. It's they are that good. The likes of Scott Drinkwater, Tom Dearden, Jake Clifford since coming in at halfback. Like, I know he's not necessarily a superstar, but God, he's been good. He was so good. Yeah, Arlo says 3 streams this weekend. That was the plan. I had to cancel the Broncos and Dolphins one because that game is at the same time as Oasis tickets go on sale, which is the biggest news in the world this week. And I am a tremendous Oasis fan. They are my most listened to artist this year by a long way. So I'm going to do all I can to get to those concerts. Like, I never thought that would happen. And so yeah, I obviously couldn't be streaming when I was like, you know, I'm going to be in the queue waiting, fingers crossed. But I will be here tomorrow for the Bulldogs and the Seagulls, which is going to be unreal. But just focusing on this game to start with, I'm just going to pop into NRL.com, see if there's any last minute changes to know about. The backs as named. Sam McIntyre comes into the front row, starting front row. He's been so good for them this year. He barely was able to get any first grade games together for the first 4 or 5 years of his career, and he's played, I think, every game for North Queensland this season. He's been outstanding for them, pushing Jason Taumalolo to the bench. Jackson Purdue, the young man who made his debut against the Roosters, I believe, scored a try. 19-year-old, he comes onto the bench in jersey 18. But still the same very understrength Storm that we're used to. They have still got the likes of Munster and Pappenhausen in their side, which is like, you can never rule out a team that has those guys, but you know. Arlo says, yeah, they're coming to Oz. They haven't confirmed it. They are going to go to other countries, and it's rumored that they're going to come to Australia, although the leaks, which, you know, whether you want to believe them or not, whatever, but says they're only going to go to Perth, which would really surprise me. But anyway, I'm not taking the risk that they don't come out here. So I'm going to do everything I can to try and get UK tickets. Back in Sydney, yes, Tiger, correct, with Coco the dog, just in case you forgot her name from last time. It came up from Canberra yesterday because it's the uni break, the mid-semester break. So yeah, we'll be back in Canberra for a little while, for a couple of weeks. But it's good. I'm happy to be up here. I'm going to go to a couple of games. while I'm here, so it's gonna be good. Yeah. As we see the Cowboys running out onto the field, Valentine Holmes getting a nice little reception for what I believe is his final home game, regular season home game. I'm not sure exactly where they're playing next week, but I would assume that it's probably away. Let me check that. And then obviously there'll be finals, but whether or not they have a home game during the finals is a whole different matter. Yeah, Cowboys play against Bulldogs next week in Sydney, so it will be his final home game probably for the club. Arlo talking to Tiger, what a win against Manly. Oh yeah, I can't remember if we spoke about it last time. I think we did, but yeah, tremendous. As we see kickoff, Munster catching the ball, heading straight to Christian Welsh. Fun fact about Welsh, he calls himself the White Rhino because white rhinos are going extinct, and he thinks that white front rowers are going extinct as well. So there we go, Christian Welsh, the White Rhino. Tiger, I hope you've got the water ready. It's been a long day. I may be forgetting the scoreboard every now and then. We'll see. Hopefully not the same technical issues as before. I've slightly lowered the bit rate for the stream, so the quality might be a little worse, but the stream should be more consistent. Hopefully it's good enough. Hopefully the music is fine. I think it should be. Decent little kickoff return from the Stormers now in the hands of Drinkwater. Arlo says, I'm surprising my dad with Titans Knights tickets for Father's Day. That's outstanding. Son of the year. Yeah, no, I'd back Newcastle. I'd back your Knights to win that game. You've got a lot to play for. And the Titans, though they're capable of points, aren't all that good. Holmes knocks on. Golden opportunity here for the Storm to register early points, as the centre puts them just outside the 20. Marion Seve. I'm curious specifically to watch Munster because I assume Grant Anderson isn't going to be doing a heap of organising at half. Although he may, he's got the ball in his hands now. I'm assuming this will be the Munster show. So we'll see how it goes. Ball goes to ground and Dearden comes up with it. That's first little scare survived. Just give me a moment here, just going to change some settings on the stream. Okay, stream should be in slightly better condition now. Storm though with the ball back through Joe Chan. It is second tackle, another early opportunity for the Storm here. Ball in the hands of Grant Anderson. Pappenhausen through 6 more they're going to get. And another 6 again. That's now a couple for them. Ball in the hands of Cameron Munster going through to Kane Bradley. They could very easily get first points here. Munster through, and they will. The Storm get through first. Disaster start for North Queensland. A North Queensland side who needed this. They really needed this. My God. Gotta change the scoreboard. Yeah, wow, that's Cowboys fans are going to be furious at that. 2 errors to start the game, and now that they get punished for it. That's terrible from them. I'm going to have to really look into the YouTube streaming platforms, because consistently, week on week, there's always some sort of problem. And it always looks completely fine on my end, but whatever. We are back. And YouTube says excellent connection. It's not a Wi-Fi thing, it's a software thing. But yeah, 40-20 from Tyron Wishart. That was amazing. as Coco makes her move in the background. Let her around. Yeah, that was, like, I mean, he's been a player of such quality this year, but to do something like that, big play, it's outstanding. And the Cowboys survive, but again, they're working it out of their own end to see if they can get through a set here without making an error. But yes, I believe I was saying to Lockie Ness when the stream interrupted that, yeah, it was such a poor start. Todd Payton's going to be fuming. Absolutely fuming. And now, fourth tackle, nearly up to their 40. Scott Drinkwater does put the early kick in. Does he? Oh, Pappenhausen just prevents a 40-20, but possibly caught in his own end goal. No, he gets out and gets dacked as well. We nearly saw a little bit there that was not family friendly. Caleb said he's going to be at the game last year. Yes, he did, didn't he? Well, that makes sense. That's fair enough. But geez, that was good work from Pappenhausen there, and to keep his pants on afterwards. Outstanding stuff. While it was interrupted, Tiger said your most recent video was a very fun watch. Thank you. It was very fun to make. It took a long time editing and obviously even before that, going out to the ground and all that. But it was fun. I unfortunately, I don't think I will have the opportunity to do that for many other clubs because the only reason why I was able to get into the Roosters one is that I know people who are Roosters supporters and they told me that the event's happening. But yeah, any opportunity I ever get to interview NRL squads, absolutely, I'd love to do that. Now the Cowboys get a little bit of field position back. It's just sort of balancing out again. Nice run from Robson there. Arlo says Allianz is the best I've been to. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's so good. Obviously still a brand new stadium, but like it's a genuine stadium where there is like no bad seat in the house. And I only think there's a handful of grounds in the NRL you could say that for. Suncorp's another one, but yeah. Tiger, when was you meeting the Roosters filmed? 2 and a bit weeks ago, I'd say, roughly that. It was a day after they had played a game. I'm trying to remember who it was against. It's not coming to me who they were specifically against, but yeah, a couple of weeks ago. I didn't edit it immediately because there was the video on the Bears when that news came out that was quite big and had a couple of uni things to do. Now the Cowboys, attacking position, get the opportunity to potentially get one back here. We'll see how they go. Ball in the hands of Ruben Cotter on the third. Play through to Robson. Drinkwater now with it. It gets Carl fouled outside him, and on the week that it's confirmed he is departing at the end of the year, what a shot that is. The North Queensland supporters go nuts for their man. Outstanding stuff. He's such a good try scorer. Outstanding try scorer. He's just like, what I love about wingers like him, and Alex Johnston is the same. They're not particularly good at any like physical thing. They're not like super fast. They're not super strong. They're just really good at being in the right place at the right time, which is a skill. And they do that well. Every single time. So yeah. It's great. He's been such a legend for that club. Such a legend for that club. And he's obviously still, capable of competing at this level, but feels that his time is done. Drinkwater just gets past his man, gets the winger caught, and Felt goes over. It's good stuff. And this will be a tough kick for him, but we've seen Holmes kick these before. Holmes, he will sneak that in. That's brilliant stuff right from the sideline there. Brilliant stuff. Good on Valentine Holmes. What a kick that was. Absolutely, Arlo. Absolutely. I'm just going to do you know JJ Collins? That name rings a little bell, to be honest. But I don't know exactly who it was. Who it is. Who is JJ Collins? I'm just going to change the camera because that helped last week. As the Cowboys are returning the ball from their own end. It's funny, yeah, normally I would know someone like that, but I just don't remember specifically. So, high tackle gets Melbourne out of their own end. See, this confuses me. I'm seeing on YouTube, excellent connection. It's in green. I'm seeing in my streaming software, dropped frames, 0. I'm seeing completely green numbers, and yet I can see how janky I look. It's like the frames per second is crazy. So, confusing one. But he's also married to one of your cousins. Oh, right, okay. Coco is back. Yes, correct. She loves being around me whenever I'm up here. She takes the chance. I do often think, which NRL club would she follow? You reckon? Would it be Bulldogs, or is that too obvious? So, ball in the hands of Fa'alonga, who doesn't quite look like he's playing traditionally on the wing. I'm curious. As I said, I can see that the visuals are janky, but is the audio bad? Because yeah, I'm not sure exactly what this is. It's the Storm. Oh, I think he's bounced it. I think Marion Seve's bounced it. But geez, they nearly scored there off a little trick play. And they are going to check. They are going to check this. Audio is fine. Okay, that's good. That's what matters, really. As I said, not completely sure. Yeah, visual is a hard watch. Thank you for the honesty. I can change it, but see, I can change it to me looking in better frames per second, but then I will look like this, which is like the quality is so bad, which is confusing. It wasn't too bad last week, but Marion Seve now is in absolute agony. Absolute agony. I think, I don't know, do you guys think this is better? Maybe this is better. Because yeah, I I'm more live, but I'm just in like a grand total of 5 pixels. So, let's see in the chat between Arlo and Tiger. Yes, Tiger, you know what? That's true. You should get water every time I have issues with the stream. You should. Although I think you can get water poisoning from drinking too much water, and I think that would be quite likely. And now you can't see Coco. That's so sad. That's so sad. But I think this is probably better. I mean, it's terrible, but it's probably better. So 6-all, I've got to say, I think the longer this game goes on, the better the Cowboys are going to be. Tiger prefers the other one. Okay. I can switch to the other one. There we go. But it's so slow. It's slow, but it looks a lot better. Ball in the hands of Drinkwater through to Holmes, and Taulagi gets over. As I was saying, I think the longer this game goes on, the better the Cowboys are going to be, and the more convincing they will be. 10-6 it is. Try. Change it back. Change it back. Brutal. Yeah. Coco the goat. Yeah, but you know, she always like I have to keep going and coming back as she wants to leave the room, come into the room. You know how dogs are. Again, stream looking totally healthy on my laptop. No worries. And YouTube's like, error. I can see this big like yellow banner. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. YouTube. I was thinking of multi-streaming, like to Twitch. I should probably focus on just getting one stream good to start with, and then focusing elsewhere, you know, when the time comes. But it is 10-6 Cowboys. Holmes from the other touchline now. When Coco returns, change it back. I'll give you like a glimpse of Coco. Kick from Holmes, and he's nailed it again. He's nailed it again. Hopefully Lockie Ness is a bit happier now. That's outstanding. What I'm confused about, right? So the camera that I've changed to, it's just the integrated camera on my laptop, which I used last week during the stream, and it was pretty good. So I don't know why it's absolutely categorically god-awful now. The wonders of technology. Yeah. Holmes is on something. Well, he was photographed with the bags earlier in the season. Whether he's still on is probably something that I'm not going to make any comment on. I don't know if you guys are watching this on Fox, but oh yeah, it's not clean. It's fine. I'm changing into the settings. I don't know if you guys are watching on Fox, but their stream just like cut out for a second. So at least I'm not the only one having absolute massive problems. That's the Sydney effect. Yes, it could be. Maybe like the air is just thicker here or something. Yeah, Arlo's on Fox. Yeah, it was just like the slightest second, but it blacked out for a moment there. And now the Storm are a little bit hard pressed coming out of their own end. Third tackle and they're still on the 30. That's not too bad. First YouTube, second radio, third TV, says Tiger. Well, I'd love to get a YouTube consistent stream first, and then we'll talk about radio and TV. But yeah, I'd love to one day be at the forefront of rugby league content, and that is podcasts and TV and such. Pappy Injured, says Ryan Pappenhausen fan. I don't know if I'm behind you or something, but I haven't quite seen that. Or maybe, it wasn't too bad, I'm not sure. Or maybe I wasn't paying attention, because I'm focusing on stream problems. As Jason Tamalolo is asked to play the ball again. So they are, quite clearly now, I think, working their way into ascendancy. A little bit of domination. Not domination, but, they're on top. In terms of field position and such. Kick from Fa'alonga. Yeah. Oh, yes. Fa'alonga's playing fullback. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Pappenhausen, of course, is injured. Oh, and he knocks on after going past everybody. That is... You want to look at superstar rookies in a nutshell. That's it. Right there. Okay, Pappenhausen's just got a cork. Just got a cork injury. So not too bad. He'll probably be okay. We need the rugby league live stream. Is that you mean like the game? Or you mean me live streaming rugby league? Because one of them would be fine. The other one I'd get into significant copyright problems. So yeah, the thing is, I play Rugby League Live 3 and I am insanely good at it. So it would be quite boring. It'd be quite boring. I play on the highest difficulty. I win every game like 70-0. So, but geez, that was a good run for Fa'alonga. He is so good. I don't see how him and Pappenhausen could stay at the Storm for the long-term future, because they're both right up there, What games are you going to? I'm going to Raiders and Roosters this weekend. I'm going to Cowboys and Bulldogs next week. I'm also going to Roosters and Rabbitohs next week. And I may go to Dragons and Raiders. But probably not. So quite a few. Login S, why do Cowboys have so many handling errors? I swear it's more than any other team. Well, it is always the case that you think your team has more handling errors than everybody else. But yeah, you're not wrong. For a team of their quality, particularly in a game like this when there is so much to play for, there's a home final on the line. They are, particularly early in the game, they really let themselves down. But I do like how they've sort of got ascendancy back a little bit. I think both these teams are just trying to play really expansive. So, Tiger says, have you ever been to Leichhardt Oval? I have, at least twice, to my memory. One at the end of a couple of years ago when you played Raiders there and got smashed by the Raiders. And another time, I think it was the game where the guy said, where's the Queensland Spirit now, Thurston? Because I think it was definitely against the Cowboys. Thurston was playing, and I think I remember hearing that, like live, as Cowboys knock on again. Fair enough, Logginess. It's pretty bad. Fa'alonga's away. He's beaten a few. Big Griffin Neen gets in his way. You can't do that to poor little Fa'alonga when you're the size of Griffin Neen. Arlo says, I will cry on Saturday night for SJ's last game. That's fair enough. Absolute legend. And it's quite telling. Like, I know obviously you like the Warriors a lot, but you know, you're a Knights fan. But even someone like you, he means that much. He's just such a special player. That was 2018, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it would. I don't remember exactly what year. But yeah, roughly then. No way, cows. Another handling error. Yep. Unfortunate. I mean, okay, we're talking about, you know, finals contention and such. It's pretty bad at this point in the season. Those problems are still there, right? I'm just trying to sort out some camera things, maybe get back onto the next one, but it's not looking good. It's looking like it might just be this for the rest of the stream. Monster with the ball in his hands near the line. Goes back to Russell Smith. I think they've got like 3 players or something coming off the bench for them. It's outstanding. Like, debuting off the bench for them this game. Tiger, I've been to Leichhardt, but I don't remember anything because I was a young lad. It's a nice ground. It's got a nice novelty, but I mean, I've made a whole ass video about the fact that I don't think NRL games should still be played there. Holmes nearly intercepts, and he could have gone a long way. Arlo, have you been to PointsBet Stadium? Looks weird with that big apartment than the tiny stadium. Yeah, well, that's my local stadium, at least when I'm in Sydney. So I have quite a few times, and it is strange for sure. I think the NRL might own those apartments actually. But yeah, PointsBet Stadium's another one. I imagine I'm going to make a video on that somewhat soon. It holds like 11,000 people, and we're looking as a competition to average 20,000. So even selling out PointsBet every single time we play there, as the Storm get over, but I'm pretty sure that's a double movement. Yeah, even selling it out every time we play there, it's like nowhere near the crowds we're aspiring for. So I don't think the Sharks should still be playing there. I'm happy to redevelop it, but I think they just did redevelop it and expand it substantially. But the problem is you've got the apartments and the Leagues Club around it. He kept the ball off the ground. The Storm have scored, I think. I think the Storm have got a rugby league try. Alec McDonald, I'm pretty sure this arm does not touch the ground. Arlo, going to an NRL match blog would be crazy. Thanks for the idea. I could do that. I could quite easily do that. I don't know how interested you guys are in like the technical side of this stream. As the try is confirmed, that's outstanding. Yeah, I know how interested you guys are in like the technical side of this stream, but I'm constantly in this like this process of like I'll turn the stream settings down, right? So the quality's not as good, but the stream should be smoother. And YouTube's like, we're not getting enough data. We need you to turn the settings up. And then I turn the settings up, and it's like, yo, the settings are too high. Calm down, bro. Turn it down. And I'm just going up and down and up and down. Yeah. I'll come up with like a solution that really works. And is constant, because I love doing these streams and I want to keep doing the streams, but it's not fair on you guys. I can't expect you guys to continue to like watch every single time when there's always some sort of issue. 11k is too low for an NRL ground that's used every 2 weeks. Yep, as Wishart misses. He's not the first choice kicker, but should have got that one. Daniel, do you read the NRL subreddit? There's quite a good rugby league community there. I have been an r/NRL regular for at least 3 years. At least 3 years. Love it there. It's a very good community. They're very happy and honest, and they will call you out if you're, out of line. But it's lovely. I think that they're good people. Tigers, I live in Queensland. It's been so hot the last few days. I do not envy you at all. Last night here in Sydney, I was even like it's not hot by any means, but I was a little bit like, I'm feeling it a little. It's starting to arrive, that sickly heat. I'm not used to it. I didn't grow up in this country. I grew up in a much colder place. Tiger, what NRL YouTubers do you like watching? Well, see, it's funny because I kind of, God, this is going to sound so self-centered, right? But one of the things that made me want to start doing this is that I was like, there are some good rugby league YouTubers out there, but I think they could be better. And I was like, I don't think it would be all that hard to be at that level. And I think I've done I've done all right so far. Paddy G says, hello. Yeah, Paddy G is good. Paddy G is good. They make good stuff. I just like, not many of them show their face, which is interesting. And a lot of the ones that do, they're just like, looking into the camera, one take, very little editing, just being like talking. Which, I don't know, I like throwing in other stuff. I like the graphics, I like the transitions. That's what I try and bring to stand out. But I love, bloke at a bar, all that stuff. I watch, you can see the jersey. I watch all that, but not so much the independent content creators. Daniel, are you able to post some of your videos there, especially World Cup vids? Could be great for exposure. I posted one of them. Someone in the comment section recommended it. I did the one where I went on radio. I posted it, and yeah, it was okay. It was pretty good. I just feel personally a little bit awkward doing like the self-promotion, being like, hey, I made this video. I'm not telling you guys to do anything in particular, but if you want to be like, hey, this guy's video is good, just saying, I wouldn't say no. But yeah, it feels a little bit cheap for me to do it, as Aramia goes straight through past Drinkwater, but Vilea catches up and the ball comes free, and it's a straight knock on. They could challenge it. He looked a little bit annoyed, and they will challenge this. There's this YouTuber I found called Lux. He's a Manly fan. He did an NRL fan stereotypes video. It's pretty good. I think I might have seen him. Yeah, no, it was. I didn't watch the video, but I thought the idea was pretty clever. I am going to do like one of the most tortured fans at some point. Someone else suggested that to me, probably in the off season. Arlo, new goal, gets 2K by the end of the year. I'm thinking 2.5. It would be optimistic, but goals are supposed to be. They've roared that Aramia has knocked this on. Unsuccessful challenge. So, after only half an hour, Melbourne lose their challenge, and given that the scoreline is currently 12-10, they could come back to bite them. This could be a close game. It shouldn't be, but it could be. Tigers says, Tigers fans, don't worry, you'll be very high up on that list. It'll be very high up. And like, I'm gonna, in some ways I'll go into the stereotypes. Go into why you're so tortured. But my latest video that I'm working on now, just started writing it, is on why the Tiger season has actually been pretty good. And I know that sounds unbelievable, but it's true. And I'm going to convince you that this year has been a good year for the West Tigers. Believe me, by the end of the video, you'll believe that. Green Cobra, what's your face cam? This does not look good on my POV. Technical problems, my friend. This is the backup plan. This is all we've got. It's terrible, but it's necessary. I'll bear with me for a second. I'll see if I can clean it and get it any better. But to be honest, I think it's just not very good. That's even worse. Is that that's like I think it's the same really. I think it's probably the same. Whoever is spamming the emotes in the chat, thank you, I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm getting like I always I don't always say, but I want to fix it, but it's so hard to fix a problem when everything seems fine. All the metrics are like this is good, and then it clearly just isn't. So yeah, this is all we got. I'll have a look at halftime again and like really try, but I've messed around with the settings so much. Young Tonomapio is playing this game for Melbourne. He has been around for so long. Just like plays about 3 games a season. But he's always there. Tristan Powell takes him up to halfway. I believe a debutant. Russell Smith gets past a few, puts the ball in the hands of Cameron Munster, Roa, the former Parramatta Eel, and I think New South Wales Waratah. As Munster puts the kick up, caught, I think knocked back? No, knocked on. Come on, Coco. Coco's back. Coco the dog is back. I'm uploading a vid right now. The game, Rugby League 22. Oh, like the mobile game? Is it any good? I think I might have played an old version of it and I was like, this is tough. Tiger, well, I think we've had a pretty good season. We've been in most of our games, but poor discipline's killed us in most of the games. Yeah, I don't disagree. You have been, I mean, there's many reasons why I believe that you've had a good year, but one of the reasons is that you've been competitive in pretty much every game. And I think that's brilliant. Wishart gets through. Melbourne are probably going to be leading at halftime. Absurd. Off the scrum. Arlo, think you're starting a YouTube channel. Would it be a rugby league one? If you want any like tips or whatever, of course, I'm here. That's outstanding from Wishart. Just the big dummy gets them all and keeps drink water off him. Brilliant from Wishart. Try confirmed. Daniel, big fan of your IRL vids as well as the expansion one. Thank you. I think there's a big gap in the NRL YouTube proper analysis of NRL expansion and growth. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, someone asked what rugby league YouTubers are like watching. I was like, I think there's a gap here. And yeah, I don't view myself as someone that's like come along and saved, you know, I'm suddenly way better than everyone else. I'm not, but I do think I like talking about pretty serious topics, and I think that there's not a lot of people that do that. So the more people do talk up those things and promote the game, the better the spot the game will be in. Yeah, the mobile game, says Green Cobra. What is it? Is it good? I played it like ages ago. Like not. I don't think it was even 22. I think it was earlier than the 22 one. And like, it was fun, I suppose, because it was rugby league, but the game quality was obviously not outstanding. As Wishart does kick this one over, 16-12. My God, they talk about the Storm next man up systems, but this is against a top 8 side who have so much to play for, who are really good in terms of individual quality, and they are beating them. Tiger, I've uploaded a few vids on my channel, but I'm fully aware they aren't great. I've watched some of them, yeah. I mean, I'm now, I think, 50 videos in. And in fact, none of you guys know this about me, but I have had a YouTube channel in the past that wasn't this. It was many years ago. But yeah, those videos weren't great, and without that experience of doing those videos, I would my videos now would be a lot worse. So your first videos are always a tough watch. I have 24 on my phone. I'm addicted to it on the bus to school. Well, I'm glad you like it. It's tough because the way to get good rugby league games is for people to show that they're willing to play rugby league games, but people aren't willing to play rugby league games unless there's good rugby league games. So it's good that people are playing. Daniel, always wonder what NRL team I support. You don't seem to show any hints in your vids. If I told you, I would have to kill you. That's a secret. That's top secret. As Felt catches it safely. Tiger says, what is the channel called? I think you can still find it. I don't think I took it down. It was called the Bondi Beta. I love scam baiting, which is like, you know, messing around with scammers and all that. The videos are so bad, right? And I made them like in early high school. But it was fun. It was fun to do. I would reply to scam emails. I was doing a sport-related channel. Yeah, no, I like that. 6 more for the Cowboys. They'll get a chance to possibly take the lead here. And I suspect that they will. I backed them to score here. Oh, they've got them shot for numbers. Ball out to Kyle Felt. He will get a double on his big day. On his big day. 16 all. And it could well be 18-6 by halftime with how... Whoop, hang on. Let me just... Awarded the Storm some points. 16 all could well be 18-16 with the way that Valentine Holmes has been kicking. Just brilliant from the sidelines. And Carl Felt does get over. Green Cobra says, I mean, Rugby League 22 is a good game, but sometimes the animations could be better, like when the tackle made the guy be like 10 years behind. Yeah, I used to... I mean, I don't know if it's changed now, but like... You'd be running along and like... There's just this like super forced tackle animation where like the guys almost merge into each other and fall, like drop down instantly, no momentum. It's tough. It's tough to make a good rugby league game, but... Yeah, I do often play them and I'm like, you know, with how far we've come with modern technology and game development, surely there's something better, right? Kyle Felt, another 20 try season. He's so good, man. Cowboys fans love him. I know that for a fact. Daniel, are you a fan of Union? No, not really. I mean, I like it for the reasons that it's similar to rugby league. But where I grew up, like, Union is so dominant over league, so dominant. And so I grew up very much viewing it as like the bad guy. You know, we're trying to be bigger than Union. We're fighting against Union. In Australia, you don't think like that at all because Union is next. That's not next to nothing, but it's in such a worse state. As Holmes nails it, black dot stuff, and with 44 seconds left to go, we have a game on our hands. Well and truly. Yeah, Daniel thinks 22's modern version of rugby union version. Yeah, no, I think that's true. I did get an ad on Instagram the other day of Billy Walters promoting it, and I was like, well, yeah, that's nice. I've got a little bit of money to pay for Billy Walters on Swish, but yeah. Green Cobra's gonna sub. Let's go. Thank you. It's amazing that I can even earn a subscriber with video camera quality like this. But thank you, man. I appreciate that. Just gotta find a way of making the live stream quality the same as the video quality, the YouTube video quality. Tiger says, surprisingly, this game is close. Yeah. Look, it really shouldn't be. The Cowboys should be doing better, and you know they can very easily just come out in the second half and blitz them. But the Storm have shown in their depth, they've got impressive stuff. Alice says Union, yeah, very different game. Your dad and childhood dad's friend, love him. Yeah. Yeah. As Jaden knocks on, but there's only 4 seconds to go. It won't matter. Daniel grew up in Union Heartland, fell out of love because of the sheer superiority complex and elitism around the game. Yep. Hey, at least you have a face cam. Look on the bright side of life. Thank you. Hopefully, by the time I come back for the second half, the face cam is going to be better. As Teo Radomirescu, looking at the match so far, who do you predict will win? You have to say Cowboys. You have to say Cowboys. Just looking at the quality on paper, right? And I get it, rugby league is not played on paper, it's played on grass. And you need a team. And currently, the Storm are working way better as a team, but it has to be North Queensland, right? Surely. EEL says the video. Oh, EEL or EEL? My brain went EEL, but it's probably EEL. Videos and live streams again. Thank you. Pappenhausen ruled out for the rest of the match, says Fox. They did say it's just a cork, but so that probably means that he'll be alright moving forward, and he can rest next week. Lockie says, as a Cows fan, Storm will win. Pessimistic, my friend. Pessimistic. Okay, I'm going to take a brief break, and hopefully I will come back with a fixed camera problem. Not sure exactly. But yeah, I'll be back in time for the second half. See you all in a bit. Okay, back. You can't. The camera looks so good. It looks so good all through halftime. It was like, yep, we good. We're no camera troubles whatsoever. Smooth as hell. And then as soon as I started, oh no, we are slow again. Oh well, I'm gonna keep at this for a bit. And if it does really get bad, I'll just switch back. But audio should be good. So 18-16 it is. Cowboys just about in front in a game they should very much be winning. Club Hayden will be after a bit of a ruthless second half, I reckon, from them, because, you know, if they're going to be making any indent in this final series, they have to be playing a brand of footy that's capable of beating this current iteration of the Storm. Griffin Neem with that kick return. Arlo says, just noticed Penrith the fourth. It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, yeah, that loss to the Raiders brought them from second to fourth. So now, as Tamalolo makes a vintage run up the middle. That's a good start from him. Telefred, yes. Thank you, Tiger. And Arlo. They are in fourth. And, you know, you'd back Roosters to beat Raiders and Souths, and you back Cronulla to win this week. Next week they have Manly, which will be tough, but it's quite possible that they finish fourth, and you know they could lose. No one thought they were going to lose to the Raiders, so they could still lose from here and potentially miss the top four entirely. As Felt taps back but to no one, and Farlong goes nearly away. Alice, seems like the stream delay is shorter. Yeah, not sure exactly what it would be. But the thing is, it's to do with, like, my coverage might even be a delay to you, and then the stream is delayed for YouTube. So, like, there is a delay, but whatever. I just react to what's in front of me, and for some reason people want to watch. But I appreciate it. Thank you. That was an impressive opening set though for North Queensland. Tamalolo coming back through the middle. That was good stuff. Tyron Wishart. Oh, kick right up in the air from Russell Smith. That was a missed kick for sure. And Dearden comes down with it. The 5/8. It's a good field position here for North Queensland if they want to get more than one score in front for the first time tonight. This is talking about what Todd Payton said at halftime. Outworked. That's pretty brutal from a coach. Straight to the point. Good run from Leaguie, though. I think clearly they've responded to what Payton said there. And Robson running from dummy half. Puts boot to ball. Russell Smith has cleaned that up. But geez, hell of a start for North Queensland. Lots of intent there. Just momentum, quick play the balls and running over the advantage line. Good stuff. Wishart through to Eremia, I believe. And Valong as they nearly knock it on. Through Grant Anderson. Although we had 9 rugby league for our school and didn't do it because the people on the team were all Eshays. The team you were playing for or against as Storm throw it over the touchline. Starting similar to the way that they did in the first half. Lots of errors from both sides, really, felt like. But see, the Storm can do that in this game. It doesn't matter whether they win this or lose this. They have the right to play footy, you know? Both, yeah. That's unfortunate. But the Cowboys will start the set, fourth tackle over the 40-meter line. So they will, as long as they can hold on to the ball, they'll be in very good position by the end of this. Daniel, do you think the NRL should try and build the Nines game in preparation for the 2032 Brisbane Olympics? Well, I'd love that, of course. If there's any realistic chance that we can get rugby league in any form played at the Olympics, of course we should be doing that. And I always loved the Auckland Nines and eventually Perth Nines format, and then they brought it back as international Nines one year. But I assume there just wasn't enough demand for it, which is such a shame. It was so fun. The teams as well, though, the clubs, they didn't individually take it all that seriously. Dean switches back to drink water, cut out ball, and Taulagi back inside to Valentine Holmes. Possibly his arm touched the ground here, but I think momentum gets in there. But yes, sorry, as I was saying, yeah, the clubs just didn't take it seriously enough. Like, it was such a nice thought in theory to have, like, Kalen Ponga, Ryan Pappenhausen, Hamiso Tabuai Fido, like, if you were to do it now, who would be playing in the Nines, but realistically, because the clubs didn't want to risk those players, it would be like Fletcher Sharp. I'm trying to think of the equivalents for those respective clubs. Trey Fuller, which is like fine, but it's not what you would have thought initially, and so that's why I think people wouldn't have watched it. But 22-16. His Arlo says, I'll be 21 when the Brisbane Olympics happen. See, that's crazy, because I'm going to be 29. I'm a 2002 baby, but I'm late in 2002, so I'll be 29. Crazy, bro. That was good work from Murray Taulagi, though, knowing he's not going to get to the corner, so throwing it back inside for Holmes. And yeah, he kept the arm off the ground well and truly. And I mean, momentum got him there anyway, but ground the ball into the in goal, and they should now go 2 scores ahead if Holmes can kick this, and he does. 24-16. So this is what I suspected would happen. I mean, a long way to go in this game, but I suspected that the longer this game goes on, I said this before, the Cowboys would get out to a bit of a lead. These young Storm players would tire, and eventually quality would rise to the top. So it looks to be how it's going. What year is Brisbane Olympics? 2032. Valentine Holmes is currently leading the point scoring. Really, it's between him and Isako. I mean, well, to be fair, Sam Walker has hung around a long time, but really, they being outside backs, they have such a point scoring advantage over Walker. Tiger will be an age between 1 and 100 when the Brisbane Olympics happen. I cannot argue with that, my friend. That is factually correct. Oh, Tamalolo knocks it on. Looking up at the line, I think he was thinking of busting through that line before he even caught the ball. Yeah, you can see he was already looking up and the ball just gets away from him. That's not great from one of your most experienced players. So Storm get an opportunity to hit back here, and it's so cliche, but there's 2 sides to winning a game, and if North Queensland concede here, the start that they had to the second half is just for nothing. You have to be good on both sides of the ball. I'm getting an absolute look from Coco right now. You can't see because the microphone is right in front of her head, but look at that. She's staring me down. Absolutely staring me down into my soul. I mean, like, who are you talking to? Tonamapia off the scrum play, tackled by Leo and Clifford. Lucky Ness, if I'm Peyton, I'm putting in my resignation. You are one of the most cynical Cowboy supporters I have ever come across. I mean, I understand, your side's probably underachieving, but come on, it can't be that bad. Although, this game has not been good. Goes through to Russell Smith. Moiroa slips over, and that's a very unlucky one for North Queensland. Grant Atkins, first thing he says is, I understand he slips. It's so hard for Ruben Cotter to do anything other than what he did in that situation. and the crowd are really booing. But I mean, yeah, I mean, Ruben Cotter could not have got any lower realistically. It's just unlucky. And it's interesting. I don't know if we'll ever reach a point where players intentionally slip over and go really low into tackles, because things like that will happen. I think, is that Clifford? Was it on report for something? Not sure. Tiger, when is your birthday? I am 10/10, 10th of October. After I gave out my full name last week, I think week on week you're eventually going to commit identity fraud on me. I should probably be a lot more conscious of the information I'm giving away online. Lockiness, 2008 to 2010 we were just bad, but now we're, as you said, underachieving. It hurts more. It does. My housemate follows St Kilda in the AFL, right? Who haven't won a flag since 1966. And he feels like he goes through a lot of pain as a supporter, as we see Wishart lining up the kick and banging it over. He feels like he goes through a lot of pain as a supporter, and I understand that completely. But I do often say to him, you don't necessarily go through more pain than a fan of a good club that doesn't win the title. It's a different kind of pain for sure, but they're equally as painful. It's completely different standards. So that's exactly what you're saying there, Lockiness. It's a different kind of pain. I do think, like, you know, I think on paper the Cowboys are less good than a lot of people say they are. I think there are at least 3 teams in the Storm, Roosters, and Panthers who are, like, notably better than North Queensland. But you are better than, what, 6th or 7th place. But when I say that, I mean the likes of, like, I don't know, say Jake Clifford or Viliami Vailea, who are good players, but they're not superstars. And there are other teams in this competition who 1 to 7 have superstars. Munster through to Chan, and this will be the last tackle. Munster puts the ball up. Good kick, drink water, and Melbourne have got the ball. Russell Smith puts it on the boot. Anderson's out of the way. Dearden's away here. Jeez, I think teams put boot to ball so much too much when they could just go through the hands, and I think if they go through the hands, they score there. Green Cobra, in your opinion, who is your top 5 best NRL players? Ooh, that's hard to say, because it's very hard to compare positions. Off the top of my head, Nathan Cleary is the best player in the world. Tom Trbojevic, on his best form, is the best player in the world. Payne Haas is the best forward in the world. That's where it gets tough. Jerome Hughes is currently the form player in the world. As Farlongo gets through, does a bit of stepping. 5th. I'm trying to think of a 5th. Let's go Isaiah Yeo. There's a bit of a rogue one for you. James Tedesco's around there. But I wanted another forward. I guess Tiger corrects. As the stream is just totally frozen. Totally frozen. I'll change back to the other camera for a bit. Alex 12th. Yeah, back then. There we go. Other camera. Just for a bit. Yeah, Alex 12 fifth, duh. Absolutely. Yeah, the noted try scorer, Alex 12. Lorna back, still the last tackle. Wishart puts the kick through and it won't go dead, and they didn't get it on the full, so they do get caught in the goal. Tiger, maybe I shouldn't be giving up my last name. Are you gonna ask for my credit card details next? My home address. Arlo, how was Teddy in the interviews? It was funny. I mean, he was so in demand on the day. Obviously, Roosters fans just want to talk to him so much. He was just... The thing that struck me is that he was just a guy. Like, there were Roosters fans coming up to him and just taking photos of him. Like, not even necessarily with them in the photo, just a photo of him. And I thought, that's so weird. And he was just like, you know, putting his thumbs up like that for the photo. It's like, that's such a weird thing for people to just be taking photos of you. To have a photo of you. But he was lovely. And he spoke, yeah, you could see in the video, he spoke quite genuinely. Like, I don't have that many subscribers. And even after I finished the cut of that video, we spoke for a little while after it. He said, what do you do on YouTube? And I was like, NRL stuff, it's called the Leaguie, blah, blah. And he said, nice suit. This very suit I'm wearing as the James Tedesco seal of approval. So he was outstanding. Yeah, it was great. Green Cobra. One more curious question. What's your opinion on the Latrell Mitchell white powder scandal? My opinion on it sort of has two elements to it. One is that we've seen a lot of other players do it. It's not a huge deal. I mean, it's a very bad look, right? For sure. But isolated that incident, it's not massive. Like, I mean, as I said, Valentine Holmes did it earlier in this season, and we don't really talk about that anymore. But the fact is, with Latrell, this is like one of many things. Many things. Some on field, some off field. But I think Souths are a club right now that lack leadership. I think Wayne Bennett coming to the next year will solve a lot of those problems, but Latrell is a guy who has voluntarily said, I want to be a leader. I said this on Twitter, which you can follow me on Twitter if you have Twitter, the Leaguie. Play on, I think Wishart has scored another opportunist one. He has. Yeah, I'll just finish briefly what I was saying about Latrell there, though. He doesn't have to be a leader, but he has said he wants to be. And so, therefore, if he wants to be a leader, he has to wear the highest standards that we hold leaders to. And what he did with that white powder is well below what we expect of leaders. Hi, Mr. Coolboy. Good to have you here. I'm going to try and change camera back. Hopefully a little bit of time pass should be better. Lockie Ness, get rid of Neem. That is New Zealand international front rower Griffin Neem to you, so. But no, that was pretty bad. There have been quite a few moments in this game where the Cowboys have done something or failed to do something, and I'm just like, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. As the commentators are saying, though, like, it is a bit tough on him. It is a little bit tough on him. As Wishart is lining it up. Daniel, do you think Cam Murray is captain material? I think his on-field performance is captain-like through leading work effort, but watching the game he seems quiet and not the captain in the sheds. Well, see, that's possibly why Latrell, someone who's a lot louder, steps into that void, and if he's not capable, I suppose, of being a true perfect leader. As Wishart does nail the kick, and we're wrapped up at 24 all. Incredible. Yeah, it's I do think he's captain material, but there is a leadership void in that club. He needs people around him. I mean, the likes of, like, I mean, we're talking about Rabbitohs, so my mind goes to the Roosters. James Tedesco at the Roosters, he's a little loud on field, I suppose, but he's not necessarily that guy. The likes of Jared Warrior-Hargreaves is that guy. But Teddy has people around him. Teddy has Warrior-Hargreaves, has Angus Crichton, has Luke Keary. You look at who Cam Murray has, Latrell and Cody Walker, who are, a little bit, they play on the edge. They're not necessarily great individual player leaders. Yeah. Simple as that, really. Neem rivals Holmes for most knock-ons this year. Well, luckily you won't have to deal with Holmes anymore for very much longer. Green Cobra, I don't have Twitter, but if I did, I would. Thank you. And I support Rabbitohs. And we do need better leaderships. Yep. Yeah, I made a video ages ago. It was one of my big videos. Big early videos on the Rabbitohs, and that's sort of what I said. Chad T responded to one of my comments on his vlogs. Oh, that's nice. What did you say, and what did he say? Reckon doggies get top 4, says Mr. Coolboy. I'd love that as this ball goes out on the full now from Melbourne. I'd love dogs to get top 4. I'm very much riding their bandwagon this year. Whether I reckon they do it is different because they've got a very 50-50 game this week against Manly, and then next week they're going to be against the Cowboys side who, judging from the way this game is going, are going to really need a big performance. So whether they win both, and they'll need Penrith to, I think, lose one, maybe even convincingly for for and against. It's tough. But I'd love that to happen. And yes, I'm a Blues fan. Yes. During the Origin period, I didn't try and hide that. Tiger, which NRL team has the most annoying fan base? Dearden steps through and throws the ball straight to a Melbourne player. They're celebrating a try. I don't see how it could be. But it is. It's ruled a try from Grant Atkins. Gee, I thought one of the Melbourne players was taken out for your life. But the Cowboys are back in front on the scoreboard. As we're watching the replay, I think it might have been Robson. I thought he tackled a Melbourne player without the ball clearly there. Does he not? Tiger says, which NRL team has the most annoying fan base? Is Mr. Coolboy saying Raiders, like, because he goes for the Raiders, or because he thinks that they're annoying? I think Raiders fans are inoffensive. I don't particularly see many of them online, I suppose. I do think a lot of Rabbitohs fans are quite, like, you know, when they talk about pride of the league and all that stuff, which is a name they gave themselves, like, it doesn't mean a lot. Try confirmed. Gee, I don't know if I would have given that, but anyway. Cowboys are in the lead. Yeah, and there are a lot of Rabbitohs supporters online, so I don't know, maybe it's just that I see more of them. But even then, like, that's not my answer. I think it's very hard. Like, every fan base has a heap of annoying fans. It's just the way it is. So, I think the Storm player has the ball when Robson makes contact. Oh, okay. I mustn't have seen that. I thought that the ball was just bouncing away. Holmes gets an opportunity to extend his lead at the top of the point scoring list for this season, and I'd be confident that he does. I very nearly jinxed him. Jeez, I was close to jinxing him. But it is 30-24. Daniel, hey, us Rabbitohs supporters are nice. Yeah, no, as I say, that's not my answer. But, yeah, every single fan base has annoying people. I don't know how many of you guys were around for when Chris Thomas was a thing on Instagram. This guy who had like 1 million alt accounts. I'm assuming it was very many different people, but he was a Cowboys supporter. That was a tough time. I think Cowboys might win an annoying fan base by default for that. I don't know. I have a friend that's a Sharks fan. He can be very annoying about them being good. Yeah. Well, with club like the Sharks, who, you know, are up and down, I can understand their fans layering up when their side is good. My definitely unbiased opinion would be Rooster fans are the most annoying, says Daniel. Well, yeah, and I'm sure Roosters fans would say Rabbitohs. But yeah, you know, those are two big clubs. It's not surprising that people would answer those two. Mystical Bar, I went to school with a Rabbits fan. He would make fun of me for going for the Eels. See, I think someone who has the commitment to go for a team that hasn't won a premiership since 1986 should be praised. I praise you, Mr. Cool Boy. You are a cool boy. Green Cobra, I think Cowboys will run away with this game. I agree, but I have agreed for like the past 3 tries. So, I think you're right, but I don't think me saying that means anything. For the channel, the diplomatic answer is all of them. Correct. I'm ever the diplomat. To be fair, making fun of your mate's team is the fun part of watching League. One of my best mates is a Tiger, and I love sending his win images. Yeah, making fun is fine. You know, there's a line, obviously. But yeah. As opposed to new goes to Suncorp, occasionally some Broncos fans are annoying. Some of them leave with 30 minutes to go when the Broncos are down by 10 points. Some instead of streaming just screamed. Yeah, that's not great. I can understand Broncos, you know, that's a big club who, for the vast majority of their history, has been a one club in a very big town. It makes sense as to why they're a little bit egotistical, I suppose. Going down, it will be the last tackle coming up. Robson through to Drinkwater, puts the ball up. They are chasing. Holmes trying to find a way through, and I think Talongi's knocked that on. Hi, Bo. How you going? Hello. My cousin goes for dogs, so me and him go back and forth at each other. Oh yeah, eels and dogs, of course. That doesn't shock me. Not at all. Unfortunately, he's got the wood over you this year for sure. Tyron Wishart just about gets the ball away. Tackled is Marion Seve. Bo goes for the Panthers. Oh, we were just sort of shit-talking the Panthers a little bit earlier. So, I'm sorry about that. But I think you will get top 4. I'm going to switch back to the other camera. Because I prefer this. Even though it is janky. And I'll just switch back if it stops being decent. Anderson gets the ball back to Fa'alongo, puts boot to ball, chips up for himself. Jeez, it looks so unlikely, but he nearly got there. Nearly got there. Outstanding from him. And yes, Mr. Kawhi, you do have him by the throat. That's true. You made a grand final a lot more recently than they did. Tiger, I would never leave a game early. If the Tigers were down by 50, I wouldn't leave. Well, to be fair, that's most games. Sorry. That was uncalled for someone who doesn't go for a team particularly, or if I do, I'm not revealing them. That's uncouth for me to say. But yeah, I agree. I think if you back your team, you back your team. Coco is asleep, by the way, yes. Green Cobra, my new Rugby League 22 bit is now 50% uploaded. I'm happy because it took just under a week to edit and upload because your fridge kept deleting. Is that a typo? If that's not a typo, please explain. Because that's a wild image. Your fridge deleting. Arlo, my friend still praises Paul Gallen. Like, we get it. I love Paul, but it gets annoying. Yeah, surely, you know, being a Sharks fan has moved on to Nico now, right? Not nice, Leaguie. I'm sorry, Tiger. I'm sorry. And yeah, but no, I wasn't rude to the Panthers at all. But I was just pointing out last week was not a good performance, and there is a little bit of a danger that they might not make top 4. But can we see the game? No, sir. Because Fox League and Channel 9 would sue the hell out of me. Ty is editing on his fridge. Yeah, that's sort of what I picture. And his fridge kept, like, Was it the footage that his fridge was deleting, or did his fridge like actually cease to exist on a few occasions? Mr. Coolboy, you streaming tomorrow? Yes, sir. Seagulls and Bulldogs. I will be here. My bad, I meant footage. Not your bad, my friend. That was very funny. That was I think so far that wins the award for funniest moment of this stream. My fridge kept deleting. But yes, no, I know how tough editing can be. I'll have a watch of that. If it finishes uploading when the stream is on, let us know. Ball in the hands of Cameron Munster. His team need him here to come up with something. They're only 6 points behind. It's nothing big. Russell Smith with the ball in his hands, and Drinkwater safe hands and escapes the in goal. That's pretty good work from him. Yeah, Coco is asleep. We'll see if Melbourne score a try here and bring the score to 30, or whether she's managing to sleep through my a big folklore reaction to that. But I think Panthers will make final. Oh, yeah, mathematically, I think they're certain to make finals. It's top 4 that is the concern. Tiger, what food do you get at rugby league games? I rarely ever get food, if I'm honest. Pretty rarely. If I think last time I got food was maybe just some chips at Allianz. I don't know if you've ever been to Allianz or got the chips there, but they are the yellowest chips. It's insane. Roosters fans refer to them as like radioactive chips. It's crazy. They're like gold bars. If you ever go to Allianz, whether you buy the chips or not, have a look at the chips. They're insane. They're insane. Mr. Coolboy's going to change his profile picture and name. I think your name's pretty cool. I don't know what your profile picture is. It's a brown thing smiling. But feel free. Green Cobra, I would be done editing. I click save, go get a snack, come back only for editing software to say the footage isn't there and there's nothing to edit and nothing's been deleted. Would you get a snack from your fridge? Because I can understand that being tough when your fridge would keep deleting itself. As Munster gets the ball away. Sorry, no, I understand what you're saying. I'm just making a joke. Munster, they nearly had the numbers out there. He puts a kick up, then there's not enough chasers. Valentine Holmes gets the ball back and he's taking it to the 20. Kyle Felt nearly rockets through a hole. Is Keon... Oh, Colma Tungi going to the Bears? No, there's... Well, maybe. They're not coming in until 2027. They're not signing players yet. But he's off contract at the time when they'll be coming in. So he's a player who they can target. And I would be surprised if they didn't target him. Arlo, we have art and we were doing self-portraits and doing SJ. My mate's doing Paul Gallen, of course. And my other mate did Kalen Ponga. That's cool. That's nice. An SJ portrait in a year like this would be outstanding. Tucker, what's the worst NRL game you've been to? Worst? Do you mean like worst on field or worst just overall experience? There was one. It was actually, yeah, I think this is my answer. It was in Canberra. So I was watching Cowboys nearly. I think they do score. I think the Cowboys have scored here. Finally going up by 2 tries. And, I mean, so many of the tries in this game have just been a comedy of errors. A comedy of errors. Just the most ridiculous tries. And that was one of them. The ball bouncing like twice in the in goal. Yeah. So, worst NRL game. So, in Canberra, it was one year. During the winter, it was a late slot. Might have been like an 8 p.m. kickoff or something. So, it was like 10 p.m. by the time the game was done against the Bulldogs. I'm going to say 2022. My God. It was so cold. So cold. I grew up in Europe, right? I'm used to negative temperatures during winter. That's fine. But I just was not ready for this Canberra cold. I was seriously considering leaving at halftime. And I've never left a game early before, and this, you know, this wouldn't have been leaving game early because whatever, my team's not winning. I did stay, but my God, like when I got on the bus when that game was done, I just defrosted. Cobra is making the same jokes as it is, yeah. No, it was right there. It was right there. I had to do it. Arlo said Allianz has a lot better food than Newcastle, but it's pricey. Yeah, it's pricey. It is. But it's state of the art, and you want to have a brilliant stadium. It's going to be a bit pricey. Camera just got a little worse, so I'm just going to switch back for a couple of minutes, and then I'll go back to the other one. I think it just needs a bit of time. Cool Boy has to head out for tonight, but I didn't get to see on your profile picture. No. And your new name. Now, if you ever come back with the change, I'm not going to know it was you. Bro, I hope Brian Toto won't leave Panthers. He is not leaving the Panthers. And those rumours that came out earlier in the season, it was just such rubbish. It was James Hooper just saying things. And then the week after that, it was Mitch Moses is leaving Parramatta, which, again, no. So you don't have anything to worry about. Raiders won, says Tiger. I have no memory of who won, but I suspect they would have, because Bulldogs were not very good at that point, and Raiders were a finals team. Arlo, I got freaking sushi and pizza last year at Allianz. I did not know that there's sushi at Allianz. I'm, as we discussed before, a major sushi guy, so I'll have to have a look when I'm there, which will be on Sunday. Tiger, what did you have for dinner? Lovely chicken curry. Outstanding chicken curry. Home cooked meals, nothing like them. What did you all have? On that topic of conversation. Bo says no in 2028. Mate, I mean, I understand where you're coming from completely. I still don't think he will leave in 2028, but also, don't worry about 2028. So many things are going to change in rugby league between now and 2028. Just enjoy it while it's here. Taulagi does break through a couple of tackles there, but holds the ball. They don't need to offload. Tiger had food. Incredible. Dearden puts the ball up. You would think now, oh, far longer, should have had his foot in the in goal there. You would think now with this 12-point lead, 8 minutes to go, Cowboys have got to defend this, right? Surely they managed to. Oh, no, yeah, you're right, scoreboard. Damn it. So many changes to the scoreboard tonight. And I got them all except one. See, Green Cobra, I don't know, I think this might be your first time here, but there's a little bit of an inside joke that every time I forget to change the scoreboard, Tiger gets water. It took a long time. A long time. But yes, I did forget to change the graphic. Better leave hard contact now, and you'd think this has to be. Cowboys have to close this out, right? Surely. I'm going to change back to the other camera. Arlo, I had pizza at John Jones, and it was so mid. It was $19 for the tiny pizza. Yeah, this wasn't in the stadium, but I think one of the biggest rip-offs of my life was leaving McDonald Jones Stadium and going to the 7-Eleven that's outside it. My God, the price for one, like a little ice cream. Mental. Just a mental. Are they going to go for goal? They are going to go for goal. Carl Felt, to be fair, has, I believe, kicked them from long range. They may just go homes. I mean, he's a very good kicker as well. But I think Felt is a bit of a specialist from long distance. Tiger, enjoyed your water. Good to hear. Oh, to be fair, it's not too far out. I thought it was about 40 out. Yeah, Holmes. I would back Holmes to slot this over now. And take it out to a 14-point lead. Like, I would have expected North Queensland 13 plus, but the way this game is played out and the number of points, more specifically, they've conceded, like, gee, it was a big number against. As Holmes approaches the kick, boot to ball, and he's nailed it. And guess what? I'm going to remember to change the scoreboard this time. So it comes 38 points to 24. Who do you think is going to win tomorrow, says Bo? I assume you're talking about Bulldogs and Manly. In which case, that's so hard. Bulldogs are favourites, but I described it as a 50-50 game, and I really think it is a 50-50 game. Although, actually, Bo's a Panthers fan. You might be talking about Panthers. In which case, yeah, I back Panthers to beat Rabbitohs for sure. But if you're talking about the first game, yeah, I'd say Bulldogs, but you can't bet against Tom Trbojevic. Yeah, you meant Panthers. Yeah, no, Panthers gonna do it. Tiger says, who's your favourite NRL player? We'll see. If I told you my favourite NRL player, would it not go a long way to telling you my favourite NRL club? Maybe I shouldn't reveal it. I will say, okay, this guy's not necessarily my favourite player, but one guy who I do particularly really like is AJ Brimson. Like, I mean, I'm a New South Welshman. He's a Queenslander. I don't particularly have any alignment to him necessarily, as the Cowboys do knock on again. But Brimson is just such an entertaining player, and he seems like such a nice guy. So I love Brimo. So Melbourne, they'll be going to good attacking field position by the end of this set. And I think that they've done well. I think Craig Bellamy's going to be pretty happy with them, to be honest. But do you think Dragons can make finals? How good do you think they'll do? Okay, they can make finals for sure. I think they've got a game against the Raiders coming up, so that'll be for a finals. Well, actually, probably Raiders will be out of contention by then. But yeah, like, definitely beatable. I have a look. I'm not sure off the top of my head who they have this week. Let me have a little look. Was it Knights? NRL.com is just loading. Oh, Eels. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. The Dragons can beat Eels. I back them. I think Broncos will beat the Dolphins. And that will open up the slot. Bo pick Panthers and Bulldog. Yeah. No, I back it. League is one of the 3 Titans fans. Yeah, it's me, Clarkey from Clarkey's NRL column, and Rugby League, in my opinion. They're the only 3. Do you think it's sad Panthers' last 2 games at home? Well, I mean, Panthers can well get a home final. In fact, well, they will, because as long as they get top 4. I know, even if you don't get top 4, you're not going to finish below 6. So yeah, you'll have a game at home in the finals. As Melbourne do get through. Arlo went to Magic Round, but so expensive to do the trip. It is. It really is. I've been twice, but yeah, I couldn't go this year, just financially speaking. I cannot believe the stream is buffering. Bro, we've had such a good second half. There's a minute to go. Like, can we not? Stormer through. And he goes himself and he'll score. The man on debut. That is outstanding stuff. And once again, the Cowboys' defense comes well into question. I can see that on YouTube that I'm just completely frozen right now. Are you guys able to hear me? Because once again, it's fine on my end streaming software wise, but yeah, I've switched to the worst camera, by the way, just for the little end. 16 ZX, yo, what's good, daddy? So much is good, my friend. So much is good. Okay, I'm back. I can see that I'm now back on the screen, although I'm straight up frozen again. I'll look into this a heap before tomorrow's stream, but as I was saying earlier, okay, you can't hear me, that's good. As I was saying earlier, it's just so hard to fix a problem where you've like looked through the 6 things it could plausibly be, and it's just none of them. So, yeah. Good, you can hear me. Nice. Bo, what's your favorite club? Mate, I can't reveal that information, I'm sorry. It's a secret. As Melbourne do spread the ball, they're gonna have a go. But no. 30 points conceded for North Queensland against this Storm side. We had Grant Anderson at halfback. That is just not good enough. I'm sorry. It's not good enough. And it is a win, and it will go down as a win, and they will get the 2 points. But while they do almost certainly lock up that home final, which is a big thing, and they got the result, this was not convincing to me at all. Tiger says, I know you've seen at least one of my community posts on my channel. Yes, I don't remember exactly which one it was, but yeah, I went to your channel quite recently and had a look. Green Cobra, 16ZX is my friend. I was on call with him as he said, Daddy. Nice. We had a guy asking one of my first streams when I'm starting my OnlyFans, so I think being called Daddy is probably the most out-of-pocket thing that's happened on one of my streams since then. Jack, a Dragon's making it. Yeah, we just sort of discussed that, and my answer was yes. I think they will. I think Dolphins will lose this week, and then Dragons will find their way in. But no, an NRL club. Can't, as I said, maybe one day you'll find out when I hit like a subscriber milestone. Haven't quite decided yet, but for now, secret information. You will never know. It's best kept secret in the world. So there we have it. 38-30. A very 6 again era NRL scoreline. Cowboys fans are probably not going to be overly pleased with that. Storm fans are probably going to be over the moon, to be honest, because the win doesn't matter to them, and they really got to see that their kids have what it takes. So, outstanding stuff from them. Outstanding stuff. Titus is my favorite NRL YouTubers. Yeah, no, I saw another one more recently as well. I think I don't know if I commented on it. I might have just voted or something, but yeah. Anyway, yes, I did see that one. That was nice. Okay, well, I think that'll be about it. I'll be back here